One of the network executives has addressed the decision to cancel NCIS Hawai'i after 3 seasons. Earlier this year, Vanessa Lachey's spin-off series, which followed Special Agent Jane Tennant, was canceled. The cancellation of the show, according to Amy Reisenbach of CBS Entertainment, was a really tough call. As a major TV enthusiast, I can identify with and sympathize with all the viewers who are upset that these shows are coming to an end. However, ultimately, our role at CBS is to make those extremely difficult decisions, she stated to Variety. We look at all the numbers, but we also toss and turn, have restless nights, and have endless conversations. We examine our forecasts for the future and the areas on the schedule where we believe there may be room for even greater achievement, and we decide those difficult things. In an emotional farewell to her role, the first female protagonist on NCIS, Lachey took to social media as the program drew to an end. Similar, Hawaii-born NCIS star claims that the show's cancellation is a huge loss for representation. She posted on Instagram saying, "This show meant so much to me, and more every day I find, to lots of people." She went on to say, "As an API, Asian American and Pacific Islanders, woman, wife, mother, colleague, and friend, I am more proud than ever to have been your Jane Tennant on TV. I've learned from this trip to never stop pushing boundaries and shattering glass ceilings. I urge any of you to do the same. Whatever we may imagine, we can have it all, no matter what. Who, which translates to until we meet again in Hawaiian, is the U.S. network that broadcasts NCIS. In the UK, you may stream Disney Plus seasons 1 through 20. CBS in the U.S. and Sky Max in the UK both broadcast NCIS Los Angeles. Rudolph Martin's Ari Haswari, a renegade Mossad agent who rose to become the head of an al-Qaeda branch in Washington, D.C., was one of the show's first recurring villains. Undoubtedly, Ari's greatest villainous deed on the show was killing Sasha Alexander's Caitlin Todd in the Season 2 final, though Michael Weatherly made an unintentional mistake in that scene. Later in the 2-part Season 3 premiere, it was revealed that Ari was Ziva David's half-brother from Cote de Pablo. By the end of the aptly named Kill Ari, Part 2, she was obliged to kill Ari in order to save Mark Harmon's Larry Jethro Gibbs. However, even though the character has been dead for a while, De Pablo has a theory about how the Tony and Ziva spin-off can bring Ari back to life. Martin was a guest on the most recent episode of De Pablo and Weatherly's new podcast, Off Duty, and NCIS Rewatch. Martin mentioned at the end of their talk that he occasionally receives requests to try out for the NCIS spin-offs, but he always declines them because he knows he won't be cast given his prominent role on the flagship series. De Pablo, who previously believed that Weatherly was attempting to sabotage her Ziva audition, was prompted to comment as a result. If you find it strange that a ghost could appear on an NCIS series, you're right, at least in terms of the main show. After all, in the Kill Ari episodes, each team member had a distinct vision of Kate that spoke to them, and even in Season 15, after Mike Franks of Muse Watson had away in Season 8, Gibbs would periodically see Mike Franks to receive advice. Hence, it makes sense to explore the idea that Ziva is haunted by a ghostly or nightmare version of Ari. Since he doesn't actually exist, you also don't have to explain why he appears older. Cote de Pablo reiterated her interest in pursuing this Ari as a ghost idea on Tony and Ziva, which will stream exclusively to Paramount Plus subscribers, during a video call with Michael Weatherly later in the podcast episode to discuss their time speaking with Rudolph Martin. According to her,